Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. Breaking, federal judge casts doubt on Mueller's case against Manafort. A Virginia federal judge expressed deep skepticism of the special counsel's bank fraud case against President Donald Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, during a court hearing Friday morning. "You don't really care about Mr. Manafort's bank fraud," U.S. District Court Judge T.S. Ellis III told Mueller's prosecutors during the hearing. "You really care about getting information Mr. Manafort can give you that would reflect on Mr. Trump and lead to his prosecution or impeachment," Ellis added, according to the Washington Post. "Come on, man," he said at one point in the hearing, according to Fox News. Manafort, 69, is challenging indictments for bank and tax fraud Mueller filed against him in federal court in Alexandria, Virginia. The charges are outside the scope of Mueller's mandate to investigate any collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian government, Manafort's lawyers have argued. Manafort has also been indicted in federal court in Washington, D.C. Both cases revolve around Manafort's work from 2005 through 2014 for former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych. The Ukrainian government paid millions of dollars to Manafort and his former business partner, Rick Gates, to polish the image of Yanukovych, a close ally of Vladimir Putin's. Manafort laundered payments he received for the work and failed to properly register with the Justice Department as a foreign agent, federal prosecutors allege. Gates initially planned to fight the charges against him, but he pleaded guilty on February 23 and has been cooperating with Mueller. Ellis, a Ronald Reagan appointee, challenged Mueller's team over whether the Virginia case arose out of its own investigation or whether it picked up on a previous investigation into Manafort's consulting work the U.S. Attorney's Office in Alexandria conducted. The Obama Justice Department investigated Manafort back in 2014 but decided not to bring charges. The question looming over the Manafort case is whether Mueller has evidence the political consultant coordinated with Russians during the 2016 campaign. Manafort's team has denied he conspired or colluded with any Russian intelligence or government officials. On April 30, Manafort's lawyers filed court papers in the Virginia case asserting Mueller's team has said it does not have communications or intercepts of any conversations Manafort had with Russian officials. Ellis is giving Mueller's lawyers 2 weeks to provide an unredacted version of an August 2, 2017 memo written by Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein laying out the parameters of the investigation into Manafort, the judge said Friday. While Ellis expressed concern with the Mueller prosecution, he made it clear he has not decided whether the Virginia case will be tossed. "I'm not saying it's illegitimate," Ellis said, according to the Post. Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. Bombshells. Judge Jeanine just confirmed everyone's worst fears in light of the spy scandal. Judge Jeanine Pirro sounded off over the latest allegations that at least one spy was planted in President Trump's 2016 campaign. Multiple media outlets named Stephen Halper as an informant of the FBI related to their operation to spy on the Trump campaign. More details on this can be seen here. Judge Jeanine laid it all out in her opening statement. And she took viewers on a brief journey through all of the lies, corruption and deception that has been discovered throughout the course of investigations by congressional committees into the FBI and DOJ. And the news of a spy in Trump's campaign, according to Judge Jeanine, is only part of antics played out by America's most powerful law enforcement agencies that are so unbelievable and so unimaginable you almost need a tinfoil hat to even believe it exists. Video below. Judge Jeanine broke down the latest information that shows there was an informant, a mole, planted in the Trump campaign before there were any legal grounds to do any such thing. Judge Jeanine calls it a classic, totalitarian, third world tactic. Then Judge Jeanine dropped a major bombshell when she said, "Any collector, their name for an informant, working on a national campaign must have a sign-off by the Attorney General. Here, that would by liar Loretta Lynch. Lynch, herself, would have had to approve an informant on that campaign. And if she didn't, Then the FBI under James Comey was even more rogue in their attempt to destroy Donald Trump. Continued below. But Comey and Lynch's already known, corrupt ways are not the only thing that troubles Judge Jeanine. She says that by knowing all of the corrupt activity that went on, Jeff Sessions not doing anything about it should raise eyebrows even more. And she even went as far as to call him the single most dangerous person to the agenda of Donald Trump. Video below. Judge Jeanine slams her gavel on Comey, Lynch and Sessions. Do you agree with Judge Jeanine that AG Sessions is the most dangerous person to the agenda of Donald Trump? And if not, do you think it's time he does something about all of the corrupt activity discovered thus far? Scroll down below and let us know. Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. IT's over, Senate drops nuke on Robert Mueller. White House Special Counsel Robert Mueller just got some bad news when Senator John Thune, RSD, said he does not think his probe into Donald Trump's alleged collusion with Russia during the presidential election will end with a report to Congress detailing impeachable offenses. The American people at some point are going to tire of this, and many of them have already put it in their rearview mirrors, Thune said, according to Breitbart. Thune was then asked directly if he thinks there will be an impeachment referral to Congress. I would highly doubt that would be the case. I think it's in the president's best interest and the American people's best interest that the facts and the truth get out there. That the conclusions be reached. They've investigated everything and interviewed everybody and have had months and months of this now to do this, and I think it's time for them to begin to start winding this down. I hope that happens sooner rather than later, because I don't think it's in anybody's best interest to drag these sorts of things out forever and for them to become an unending sort of campaign. This comes after Trump's attorney Rudy Giuliani said that Mueller should follow the example former FBI Director James Comey set in 2016, when he investigated and publicly exonerated Hillary Clinton for her use of a private email server. When Comey closed the case, in July, although I think it was a complete whitewash, I'd like to have them do that for us, the former New York City mayor said. Come on. They've had a whole year, Giuliani said in a recent interview. We're going to raise the pressure to try to get this thing over with. It's gone on long enough. Giuliani scoffed at the idea that Mueller's investigation would last beyond the midterm elections later this year. I think that'd be absurd, he said. If we're talking about the public having some degree of toleration for it now, that it'd switch very quickly if the investigation extended beyond this year. What do you think about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. HD Jumbo Report. Dear Patriots, please subscribe to our patriotic channel. Like and share this video so your friends can see it. Thank you. After Trump learns the truth about Obama's spying FBI, he unloads an anvil. For well over a year, the American people have had to put up with the Russian probe. The left-wing media has pushed the bogus idea that the president colluded with Russia, and they just haven't stopped. Even though there's been no evidence, swamp dwellers within the FBI and DOJ continue to look for dirt. They waste millions of our tax dollars, hoping to find something to take down Trump. They are actually using American resources to defeat the elected President of the United States. But it gets worse. This probe, that started last year, is not the first. In fact, we learned that Obama's FBI was spying on Donald Trump's campaign, as long before he was elected president. Trump's people were being monitored by the feds. Now the commander-in-chief is letting loose, and his words are sure to light a fire under the GOP's caboose. From Fox News. President Trump on Thursday questioned whether the Obama FBI spied on his presidential campaign, on the heels of an extensive report on the Russia investigation's origins that said a government informant met several times with Trump's former advisors. Rudy Giuliani, a member of the president's outside legal team, also told Fox and Friends that former FBI Director James Comey should be prosecuted if his bureau spied on the campaign. This explosive line is sure to fuel Republican efforts on Capitol Hill to review records relating to an unidentified FBI source, and his or her role in the Russia probe. Yeah, I'd say this is bigger than Watergate. Nixon was taken down over a simple break-in at a hotel, but Obama's FBI and DOJ were conducting illegal spying on a presidential campaign. You have to realize the FBI can't spy on American citizens, just because they want to. We have a Constitution and Bill of Rights that protects us from such abuses. Law enforcement has to go through courts to obtain warrants before they invade our privacy, and they better have good reason, or the callers will deny them. Yet where was the reason for spying on Trump's campaign? What credible evidence did James Comey's FBI use to embed an informant in the Trump campaign? Clearly, they didn't expect to be caught. They never dreamed they'd find nothing. Or that Trump would destroy Hillary. Now these swamp dwellers are in it deep and they're scrambling to cover up their crimes. And their cronies in the media are trying to downplay this massive abuse of power. But we're on to them. Trump is not going to forget this, so don't be surprised if Republicans in Congress open an investigation. HT Patriot Journal.